Welcome, dear viewers, to CouchWarriorTV on YouTube. And this is an update from the couch. Have a seat. Let's chat. So I don't do channel updates as often as I probably should. So this is an effort to impart upon you some knowledge regarding things that are going on with the channel and the podcast, keep you up to date. There's a lot of new things happening. There's going to be a lot of interesting new projects happening over the course of the next couple months. And I thought, the best way to do this is probably to just make an announcement in a channel update, let everybody know. And then we have kind of a common starting point here, as opposed to me trying to cram this stuff into updates on the podcast, or certainly don't want to try to mash this stuff into my videos. Those are intended to be mostly immersive. So this is just a good opportunity for me to address you directly and tell you some of the cool things that are happening. So let's talk about the podcast. Those of you who haven't had a chance to take in the content from the Character Crusade podcast, if you are into Skyrim, if you are into roleplay, I highly encourage you to check that out. These are available on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and very soon they will also be available on Google Play. You can also watch the episodes on YouTube. However, it's certainly not very exciting to watch. The first probably year and a half that we did this, we did it without live streaming. Now, the most recent episodes, we are live streaming, and they're much more fun to watch. And we do have a lot of community involvement and so forth, which really makes it fun. If you can join us for a live stream, that would be wonderful. We'd love to see you there. We tend to record our podcasts every other Monday, and we do have a schedule of our podcasts up on our website. You can get there by going to VIT, that is Victor Igloo Terra, VIT.charactercrusade.com. And that has our schedule, our podcast schedule, and live stream schedule for the rest of the year. So if you haven't checked that out, please do so. We have a special announcement in that normally, because of our recording schedule, we would be recording on Halloween night. As fun as that would be to do, we've all got kids who are interested in going out and doing things on Halloween, so we will not be recording on Halloween. Our next live stream will be on November 7th. Then we will have another one sometime during the week of November 21st. Right now, the tentative schedule is for live stream on November 21st, but we are trying to work out a special episode which requires us to coordinate schedules. So we will be releasing an announcement as we figure that all out. We have a number of schedules to try and coordinate for that particular week. So do not look for a podcast or a live stream from us on that week of Halloween. However, the following week, we will be back in action. And if you check out the schedule, we've got dates all the way out through December 19th. So a lot of opportunities to take in the podcast, watch a live stream. It is worth noting that our schedule, our podcast schedule, will be the same starting in 2017. In other words, every other Monday night. However, the format will be changing slightly. We will only be live streaming video once per month. We will not be live streaming video for every podcast like we have been. And there's a very good reason for dialing that back. There is a significant amount of studio setup that is required to get the green screen working and all of these different things. So it is imperative that we simplify at least one night a week so that we have time left over to continue to record episodes of Wayward, which is our 3-play series on YouTube. So in order to make sure that we are able to continue to do that, we will be live streaming video once per month, and we will be putting together a schedule for that sometime over the next 6 weeks or so. So as soon as that is available, we'll make an announcement about that on Twitter, on the website, on the podcast, probably on Facebook as well. So keep an eye out for that. So we've got some interesting guests planned for upcoming episodes here for the remainder of the year. We have kind of changed our philosophy a little bit when it comes to guests. We are trying to get them more involved in the content of the podcast itself, as opposed to spending a lot of time just asking them questions about things they're working on. Well, that stuff is interesting. We do have a limited amount of time, and really what we're looking for are their insights. So we're going to ask them to participate in the activities that we would normally do on our podcast when we don't have a guest. So we'll be doing things like Quest Connector and having guests contribute to that. We will be answering listener mail and having guests contribute to that as well. So any topic that we're working on, we're going to have the guests contribute to, and we are going to pick topics based on what we feel a guest's area of expertise is and how they could contribute in the most interesting way, I guess. So that brings us to the topic of partnerships. We've had an ongoing partnership with Tamriel Vault for a little while now. And that is going very well. Expedition Skyrim has been very well received, and we're very excited about it. The crew at Tamriel Vault is also very excited about it, and we're going to continue doing that going forward. A couple of interesting things is that we are going to try to involve Tamriel Vault in the podcast more frequently going forward. We're not exactly sure how that's going to happen yet. We're working on the format. We're kind of negotiating about how that is going to be set up. But if you haven't had an opportunity to do it, they have a new website now. They're continually working on improving the navigation, making it easier for you to contribute and find character builds and all kinds of other resources, including fan fiction and all kinds of things. So if you haven't done it yet, check out their website, tamrielvault.com. And also be aware that we are about halfway through the play series for Corvalane Demon Hunter right now. And if you are interested in nominating a Tamriel Vault character build for the next session, make sure you do that now, because voting is going to start very, very soon. At the end of this week, I'm going to be going through the list of nominations thus far, and I'm going to be selecting a group of nominees from that list that will be included in the voting for the next session of Expedition Skyrim. So if you've got something you really want to be on that list, make sure you submit it now, because time is running out. Now, once we do start the new session, once we have picked a character build, and I am in the process of creating a new volume for Expedition Skyrim, then we'll go through the whole nomination process again. So if you miss it this time around, you can always catch it next time around. And there is a link on the website. Go to charactercrusade.com. Right on the homepage, you're going to find a link near the bottom of the homepage that goes to the Expedition Skyrim landing page. That page contains a nomination form and all the rules regarding submissions. So make sure you read that through and understand what the rules are, and then submit away. So, also, very exciting news. There was an update, I believe, last week that came out from Dirty Weasel, and I am making the update now here on CouchWarriorTV. CouchWarriorTV and Dirty Weasel YouTube channel, we are going to be partnering up to create a story that crosses over between channels. And this is a pretty exciting initiative for us. Cal approached me about this several weeks ago, and we started making plans. For those of you who have been following the role plays on CouchWarriorTV, you're familiar with Five Fables and Rune Runner and how those worlds have been kind of merged together. So we have kind of an established universe within Skyrim that characters like Vander and Robart are playing in. Well, there is going to be an extension of that very same world, so the rules that I've established, the things that I've established as canon through Five Fables and Rune Runner, will be carrying over onto Cal's YouTube channel, where he will be doing a series featuring a character called Sartorius that is going to be focused on short stories, which will be kind of various quests that come from mods that he will be running through with Sartorius, but they will be done in the context of a larger story. And so we are crafting mods and we are working on story elements and things like that, so you will be able to see characters cross over between these various stories. So that is what we have in the works right now. There is more detail to come. We're looking at launching this in November. It's pretty ambitious. The freight train is rolling on Rune Runner, so I'm moving forward on that, cranking out episodes, and we're looking for ways that we can blend our stories together and really make some interesting subplots by crossing over. So make sure you keep an eye on Dirty Weasel and Couch Warrior TV for more information on that partnership. Also, starting in 2017, January of 2017, Couch Warrior TV and Gamer Poets will be partnering up on a series as well. And I am going to kind of leave the details of this up to Michael from Gamer Poets, but I can tell you that we will be sharing in the work to create a new series that is going to be focused on mods and modders. So I think we will be kind of putting together all the things that are best about Couch Warrior TV and Character Crusade and Gamer Poets to come up with something new and interesting and different. And I think the timing couldn't be better with all these new console players coming into the modding fold, as well as the release of Skyrim Special Edition. So this is very exciting. There's going to be a lot of new content coming out in 2017 that crosses over channels in this nice little community that we've built over the last year and a half. I'm very excited about it and looking forward to all the new things that we're going to be creating. So look out for more information on that. You will find that on both Couch Warrior TV, the CharacterCrusade.com website. There'll be announcements on the podcast, and then you can also go to Gamer Poets for more information on that project as it becomes available. So that brings us to Skyrim Special Edition. As I sit here recording this, we are just days away from the release of Skyrim Special Edition. And if you've been paying attention, you know that there is a lot of work already going on here. We've got modders out there who have had their hands on the creation kit for a while now and are converting mods. We've got mods appearing for console players on Bethesda.net. We've had some interesting announcements from Nexus about the next generation of mod manager and how they are going to be managing mods with regard to Skyrim SE, which will basically have its own branch of Nexus separate from the Skyrim that we've all come to know and love, Skyrim 32-bit, the original. So what is Couch Warrior TV going to be doing with regard to Skyrim SE? Well, what I've decided to do is I'm going to launch a Let's Play that is focused on Skyrim SE. This will be a casual Let's Play. It will not be steeped in heavy amounts of story and production stuff like Rune Runner is. It's going to be more of a traditional Let's Play, and it's going to be a start with character build at level 1 and let's go kind of a thing. There will be commentary from me, and there will obviously be a heavy emphasis on roleplay concepts, but I probably will not be doing a lot of speaking in character. At least that's the plan for now. It'll be more of a traditional Let's Play, but it'll be done in Skyrim SE. And then the plan is to integrate mods into that playthrough as they become available, and we'll be selecting mods from those that have been converted to use in that Let's Play based on what's best for the character and so forth. And there will probably be a fair amount of lively discussion about character development, the new version of Skyrim, and all of its pros and cons. There's so much to talk about there and so much to unpack. So I'm very excited about that opportunity. I do not have any firm commitment in terms of when I'm going to start. or what type of character it will be. If you've got some feedback on the types of characters that you'd like to see Couch Warrior do in a Let's Play in Skyrim, SE, certainly let me know in the comments below. I'm always open to ideas. I've got a few ideas of my own, including something similar to the character concept that you're seeing on screen now. This is a character named Etienne Jorel, who is basically a contractor hired by the Thalmor to come into Skyrim and basically engage in a sort of secret war against the Forsworn to try and determine what they're up to, what their goals are, where their financing comes from. The idea is really kind of based on this sort of clandestine ranger type of character. That is a possibility. It is also a possibility that we could start fresh with Sagramore and do a full playthrough of Sagramore, either in the vein of the Mortal Blade build, or as the Apocalypse of Hermaeus Mora, which I have played him through as well, but I've never done publicly. So certainly let me know in the comments below something you might be interested in seeing. I think it would be great to try something new, and it's going to be pretty much vanilla to start with until mods roll out that are applicable. So let me know in the comments below. That brings us to the final update, which is just to talk a little bit about the collection of stories that we have going on Couch Warrior TV right now and where all of this is going. Obviously, Rune Runner is full steam ahead. I'm very excited about that, and it's going to be even more interesting now that we're going to be doing crossovers between the story I'm telling on Couch Warrior TV and a story that Cal is going to be telling on Dirty Weasel. It will be interesting to see the interplay, I think, between those characters and how those stories will develop over time. So Rune Runner is right now my number one priority. It is my story. It is the thing I'm focusing on, and I'm very excited about a lot of the things that are coming up in my story arc, even outside of this partnership with Dirty Weasel. So much more to come on that. The other thing, of course, that is very exciting, which we've talked about a little bit, is Expedition Skyrim, specifically Corvalane. We are about halfway through her playthrough, and it's going to be coming to a close here over the next few weeks as we kind of wind down and try to kind of summarize all the things that we've learned about this really interesting and unique character concept of the Demon Hunter. So there will be more episodes of that coming out, and then of course there will be lots of information about the voting and the results of voting, and hopefully an announcement over the next 4 weeks or so about what the next character build is going to be that we feature there. Also, Roger is going strong. I love doing Roger. So Roger is going to definitely have a place on Couch Warrior TV for some time to come. It's funny, it's fun to do, it's low pressure, and it's just a joy to produce those episodes because I love Roger as a character, and it's like an out-of-body experience every time I play Roger. So it's a lot of fun, and I think it appeals to a wide audience. I'm finding even people who aren't into Skyrim love Roger because he's just humorous, and it's an interesting and fun and different take on Skyrim, and it's very contained, right? I mean, Roger has a very specific focus. So we will continue to see episodes of Roger coming out. I do not have a production schedule for Roger, so I can't really commit to anything in terms of when those episodes will come out. I kind of record them as I feel inspired to record them. I can tell you, however, that Expedition Skyrim and Rune Runner are once-a-week release stories. So I am trying very hard to make sure that I release one episode of each of those stories each week. So that is what I'm committing to right now. This will put me up to basically four production series that I'll be working on. We'll have the Skyrim SE Let's Play. We will have Roger, we will have Expedition Skyrim, and Rune Runner. And those will be kind of the four that I will be focused on going forward. Now, I would also like to encourage you, if you haven't checked it out yet, Joe from Character Crusade Podcast has started his own YouTube channel, and he is focusing on creating a story of his own. You can find him at The Panicked Monk on YouTube. And he has a couple episodes in. He's got lots of really ambitious story ideas. And one of his objectives, I think, which I think is a very important one and laudable one, is to demonstrate what's possible through Skyrim, what's possible in terms of Skyrim storytelling, even on a system that doesn't have as powerful a processor or graphics card as some of us are running. And I think that's one of the things that we quite often forget about this game, is that people can run this game on all kinds of hardware. It is a very forgiving game, and Joe has been able to make a really pretty incredible story experience, even on hardware that, you know, struggles at times, and he's running a lot of mods and doing a really great job at it. So if you haven't checked that out, I'd encourage you to check it out. He's making some videos out there and having a good time. So that is it for now, folks. You can look forward to some more channel updates coming up here over the next few months. I'm going to try to do these on a more regular basis just to keep you informed about what's going on. And it's a good release for me to kind of get things out there, make some announcements, and not have to fret so much about it during things like the podcast. So anyway, I want to thank you all very much for being so loyal to CouchWarriorTV. I do appreciate all of your support. Thank you very much for all of that, all your kind comments. They're really encouraging. And I will see you for the next update.